So I guess first off, in the documentary, you share that you were first gifted dominoes and you really just enjoyed seeing them fall. There's an instant connection there. When did you realize that you could like take a step forward and really create these amazing, like it's art, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, it took a few years for me to really get the hang of building dominoes and learning the tricks. But I think the moment for me was when I was 13. I posted a video and I started getting more inquiries to build like larger professional domino projects, like making a commercial out of dominoes and like a Campbell's soup logo in a commercial. And from that moment, I was like, whoa, is there something here? Am I like doing this well enough that people want to like take it to a greater level. So it just started from posting videos and after maybe like 4 or 5 years of building dominoes, I was like, this could be much bigger than what I'm doing now.
Yeah, you probably didn't go start that being like, oh, this is going to be a career path, more of a hobby. Like, were you just shocked at like just how lucrative and how this is so rewarding?
Yeah, I mean, I started just because it was fun, and it's still so much fun. It's my passion and it'll always be. Um, and I'm just very lucky that it has become something that I can do full time. But not just I'm used to support myself, but also just a way to connect with others and share this awesome new hobby with the world and get people into it because I know how much dominoes have really changed my life in terms of learning to be patient and like figuring out how things work and problem solving and getting through failures. And I feel like that mindset and the way that dominoes can teach you things is really applicable to other areas of life. So I'm just trying to share that with the world and get people into it.
One of my favorite scenes in the documentary shows you teaching other people how to set up dominoes and how to put these together. How rewarding is it to be a teacher and sharing your passion with other people?
Oh, it's so rewarding for me to be able to share dominoes with others because I remember when I first started building, I got into it because I watched other domino builders online posting their videos and they were the ones who inspired me. So now like thinking that I'm the person who can inspire other people and get them so excited about dominoes is really cool because it's kind of come full circle in a way and it's just very gratifying.
Every time I would see these massive, pieces of art just all come down, my main thing was like, that's going to take so long to clean up. What's the cleaning up process like?
Cleanup isn't really that bad to be quite honest. If there's a lot of colors and I need to like sort them back into bins, that'll take longer. But a typical setup could maybe take a couple of hours to clean up. Um, I sometimes I have help, sometimes it's just me, but it's just a matter of picking up the dominoes with your hands and then putting them into containers sorted by color.
So I was really curious, what led to this documentary, happening? When were you first approached about it?
Yeah, I was 19 at the time when the director, Jeremy Workman, came to me and he just emailed me out of the blue. He was saying, like, hey, I saw your work and I thought it'd be a really cool and interesting subject to, do a documentary about this domino community online and my life. And, I don't think anyone had ever done a domino, like a full like movie about dominoes before. So I was really excited and I was like, yeah, let's try something. So afterwards, Jeremy came to my house, my parents. We talked about what would go into making a documentary and how he would be sort of like a behind the scenes cameraman as I was doing projects. And it just sounded awesome. So we went from there and later on he started filming me while I was in college and all the way till now.
Yeah, and I love that it does show you going to college and the importance of education there. Can you talk about that balance of still going to college despite already having this very interesting, very awesome art career?
Yeah, when I was in college, it was somewhat difficult to balance YouTube and schoolwork, I will admit. But what I did was I made a ton of videos during my gap year, the prior year, so that I could still have content to post on my YouTube channel. So I kind of backlogged a bunch of content. This is my strategy to like keep the YouTube channel running while also doing schoolwork. But it's just a matter of making time, every day. It's like editing a little bit here and there and then posting, but also being really focused on school because I love the classes that I was going to. I was studying product design, and it kind of coincided with things that I was doing with Domino's, of course. So it was a hard decision to leave college because I did enjoy it so much, but I knew that my path lied in other areas beyond just the traditional path.
I love the scenes where you're working on your own dominoes because you can see that detail oriented. You're talking about the texture, you're talking about the indentation for the logo. It's all these small things, and it just shows the attention to detail you would need to be able to create these, amazing, pieces of art. Can you talk about just, what skills you have learned from doing these dominoes for so many years?
Yeah, I for sure. So the attention to detail thing is definitely top of the list. I'm always able to like pick out something that is slightly off center or like just random little things that most people would gloss over, but like I look at it and I can see it. Also just patience in general, because I know from Domino's, it's going to take so long to build a project, it could take hours, days, sometimes weeks, all for maybe a couple of minutes of fall down. But something that I've learned is that you have to be patient. No matter what it is in life, good things take time, and it's worth spending that time because at the end, you're going to get a great result and you'll be glad that you spent that much time working on a single project. And also just perseverance. Every time I knock down a project by accident, which happens, here and there, little things fall in everything that I build. But I just keep on building. That's my tagline. I just set up the dominoes again, and I've learned it's just part of the process to have these, mishaps, fall over. And that's just life. You learn from it. You keep going. You don't let those things drag you down, but instead you learn from it and figure out why it failed, and then you can prevent that in the future. So there's lots of stuff that you can learn from dominoes.
Yeah, the documentary shows, one of your creations falling apart, and I was so heartbroken by it. And you're like so calm. You've been there before, you've seen it all happen. I was really curious what like the worst time that ever happened, the most work you put into something and it just didn't quite add up.
Yeah, I think there was one time I built this project. It was like 4,200 dominoes, something like that. And it was completely finished, right? I was getting ready to knock it down. I had all the cameras set up, getting ready to knock it down. And I remember the tripod for some reason wasn't completely stable. So it actually fell over onto the setup
Oh
with the
no.
camera on it, and it just crashed and everything toppled over, which was a bit sad and disappointing because I was like ready to knock it down. But now I look back on that, I'm like, well, it made a good story. So
Definitely.
you live
And
and you
I
learn.
what's really cool about this documentary is you get to kind of open up, you get to share your story with your audience. And you've been able to do that as well with YouTube over the years of just, sharing more of yourself with the audience rather than just, focus purely on the work. How exciting is that? And how hard has that been getting to used to know that you do have this very large platform?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still getting used to talking to the camera. I feel like it's always going to be an ongoing process of becoming comfortable with, you know, doing things and talking more openly about who I am, not just Domino's. But it's been such a great experience. And, after being anonymous on YouTube for 6.5 years, deciding to show my face was probably the best decision that I could have made because now I'm able to really talk to my audience and connect with them and share this passion in a very human like manner that I haven't done before like in the past. And I feel because of that we're able to really develop a community and a sense of shared passion for this very niche kind of art form. And I think that's really, really a beautiful thing. And with the power of the internet and social media now, it's like it makes everything so much more fun and like makes it less lonely because then like there's other people around the world that love the same thing that I do and we can do it all together.
Yeah, and what really struck me watching this documentary is that it's such a unique form of expression. And what's really cool about this is that you even go beyond dominoes, you're adding in other objects, and it's almost like a Rube Goldberg machine of all this crazy stuff interacting. And like from an artistic standpoint, just how satisfying is it when you see the payoff of all this work and it all comes together, and especially when you do those like live shows and you can see the people react and you see their wowed expressions. How rewarding is that?
Yeah, it's the best feeling in the world to see the Domino project work exactly as planned, and especially to have a live audience there too who can like cheer it on at the end. Like I described domino toppling, like it's kind of like you're going on a roller coaster. Like it's a thrill because you build it for a week straight, and then you topple it. It's like 2 minutes of exhilarating, just like captivating dominoes falling over in a very satisfying manner. And just seeing that it worked exactly as I planned is really the most gratifying thing.
And then we get to see so many of your celebrity interactions in the documentary, which was really cool, meeting Katy Perry and all these other celebrities. Were you starstruck? How crazy is that?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty wild that I've been able to, meet other celebrities through dominoes. And I try to not get like too high on any like interaction. Like I try to not put people on pedestals, even if they are, someone like Will Smith or Jimmy Fallon. Um, I understand like being in the spotlight somewhat from my YouTube channel. It's like I realize everyone is just human, and when I present myself personally, I don't want people to put me on a pedestal. So in some ways I've taken that and I don't put other people on pedestals, or I try my best not to, even though um, you know, some people might go crazy for Katy Perry or something. But um yeah, it's sort of like I'm able to keep my cool. I'm not like a super fangirl type person. Anyway, you can probably tell that from the film. But yeah, it's been an awesome experience meeting people like that through Domino's.
And then as the film shows, you do have your own dominoes now. Can you talk about just how rewarding it was to go through that process and then to have that end result and people can buy them now?
Yeah, so making H5 Domino Creations, my dream brand for the perfect domino, has been so rewarding. I'm working with Spin Master, and they've been just such amazing people to take on my vision and make it really come to life from, a very small idea I had a couple of years ago to now a fully fledged product where, we have not just the dominoes that are made for toppling, but also accessories and templates to help you set it up and tutorials and directions. And it's really become this thing where it's not just an underground hobby now. Like this is becoming a toy. It's becoming something that is like Lego almost, where it's a building toy that not just kids can enjoy, but anyone can enjoy and be creative with it. So to see the set, in stores now at Walmart and on Amazon and becoming more widely available, it's just so cool.
It really is awesome. And then my last question here, I don't want to ask for your favorite piece because I'm sure all of them hold a special place. But I did want to ask you what is like one of your creations that really holds a special place, maybe some sentimental value, or what's one that really sticks out?
That's a great question. Yeah. I want to say a project that I did a few years ago. I believe it's called 12,000 Dominoes Following Your Passion, something like that. But essentially, I built all of the things that I love in life. So I built things that revolve around family and friends and traveling and some of my hobbies like playing percussion and piano and put it all together in one setup to just showcase things that I love. And I think that one is really expressive of who I am, and it shows the world a little bit more of my personal life while also combining dominoes. And it's a very meaningful personal piece to me, at least. And I hope that shows with the rest of the world.